Good morning, everyone. It's Sandra. I'm so excited to work with you today. I was driving into work and the music was playing and the sun was streaming through the trees, and I was driving kind of fast in certain parts, and it was just one of those great moments. And I want you to start thinking about those great moments that you're feeling in your life when you start to live through your heart. We're going to be talking more and more about that, how you can invoke those feelings, that powerful feeling that comes from within, inside of you. And so I just want you to start notice the little cardinal that flies out, or the happy dog that you see on your path, or different things like that, that really help to enliven your being and just feel like life is worth living. So we're gonna do a great yoga flow practice today. We're gonna go ahead and get started. You need a mat. I'm using this Naboso mat that we have here at the Garlands, and it just has a little more extra texture in it, so it's good for proprioception for your feet and for your hands. So we're gonna start with the Nadi Shodhana, I think I said that right, breathing technique, which helps again to rebalance the right and left sides of your brain, and helps to kind of calm your energy if it's a little bit out there and wild, and helps to energize you if you're feeling a little sluggish. So you're gonna lift up your right hand. This will be my left hand, so just do your right hand. And then you're gonna bring your pointer and middle finger down. Okay, and then you're gonna bring your thumb to your right nostril, and you're gonna breathe in through your left nostril. You're gonna close off your left nostril with your ring finger, and you're gonna open up the right nostril and exhale. And go ahead and close your eyes, and then breathe in through the right nostril. Close off the right, breathe in through the left, or breathe out through the left. Breathe in through the left nostril. Close off the left, breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right nostril. Close off the right, breathe out through the left. Breathe in through the left. Close off the left, breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the left. Close off the right, breathe out through the left. Breathe in through the left. Close off the left, breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right. Close off the right, breathe out through the left. Close off the left, or breathe in through the left. Close off the left, breathe out through the right. Start to really slow down your breathing and pausing at the inhalations and exhalations. Breathe in through the right. Close off the right, breathe out through the left. Breathe in through the left. Close off the left, breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right. Close off the right, breathe out through the left. Bring your hand down to your lap. And just go ahead and place your hands on your heart. And you can repeat after me. I am, I know I am. And again, I am, I know I am. And you can whisper it, I am, I know I am. And then go ahead and just take a deep breath in through your heart center. And exhale. Setting your intention for the day, whatever that may be for you. For me, it's always today, this week has been to try and live from my heart center, to live from that deep power within, So you can set whatever intention it is for you. And I always like to begin yoga practice with a grounded mindset, being grounded into the earth. We're gonna go ahead and take our shoes off if they aren't already. And I don't know if you can see my feet. So we're gonna start with our feet hip width apart. Again, if you want to be on your sensation mat or something that gives your feet a little bit of texture, that's really great for your bare feet to have. So we're just gonna start by inhaling the arms up and exhaling the arms down. Good. So we'll come up and down. Good. So inhale, lifting those arms up. Exhale, turning the palms down, coming back down. Inhale up and exhale down. Stretching out your body, lengthening through the spine, lengthening the crown of the head. Good. Then we're just going to gently twist from side to side. So we're just doing kind of an intuitive flow today. If you'd like to pick up Ujjayi breathing, that's where you close off the back of the throat, making sort of a ocean sounding breath. So I'll get closer so you can hear me. So you're just closing off your throat a little bit to make that ocean sounding raspy breath. Okay, so let's just roll the shoulders up, forward, and down. And roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Now we're going to start off today with some standing power poses, and then we'll get down onto the floor later. So if you want to take off your warm-ups, you can. If you're not quite warm, you can leave them on. So we are going to take a giant step forward. We're just going to hold this position. So we're dropping the back heel down, keeping the right knee, the front knee bent over the ankle. And then maybe just, can you grab your elbows behind you? And just take some deep breaths. Really press down through that heel to stretch it out. If you're not able to drop your heel, that's okay. And then maybe just take a few circles with your head. So this is going to challenge your balance. So if you need to let go of your elbows or your hands and hold on to something, that's fine. So we're just gently circling the head. And you're going to go both directions. So your feet are going to be working hard to keep you balanced. Don't try not to grip your feet. Try to keep them relaxed, and you might sway a little bit. That's great. You want to kind of push that edge where your balance is challenged. And go ahead and release, and we're going to switch feet. So left foot forward, right leg back. Again, you want to find a nice, easy stance where you can keep that back heel down. Bend your front knee, keep it right over the ankle. Let's just move the arms up and down. So maybe some shoulder rolls. In the other direction. Good. See if maybe you can make some arm circles here. And just swing your arms. Good. And then when you're ready, we'll go ahead and bring those arms up. Good. You can lean back a little bit. Draw your abdominals in. Draw your rib cage down. Maybe look up towards the ceiling. So just working on our balance here. Draw those ribs in. Keep leaning forward so your knee stays over your ankle. You can do a bigger bend if you want to. And then go ahead and step together. We're going to bend our knees. We're just going to round and then untuck the spine. Okay, so keep those shoulders down, nice and relaxed. Keep your neck nice and long. Good. And then we're just going to hold this position, lengthening through your tailbone. So lift your tail. So I'll go sideways so you can kind of see. And then we're just going to fold all the way down forward. Okay, you can drop your head and just kind of hang. Your knees can be bent a lot. And you can kind of swing it out. So just go intuitively where you feel like you need to stretch it out a little bit. You can grab your elbows, shake your head out, no and yes. Bend your knees a lot. Just really let your low back relax. And then bend your knees a lot. Push into your feet, bring your arms up. Good, and we're just gonna grab that wrist inside, bend over to the right. If this bothers your arms, just keep your arms down. So just gently opening up the side body. You don't have to go very far. You can go just a little bit. Opening up the ribs here, the intercostal muscles. Those are the muscles between the ribs. It's gonna help you to expand your breathing. Keep pulling that arm back close to the ear. Try not to hold your breath here. And come on up, good. Lift those fingertips up towards the ceiling, pull your chin back. We're gonna go the other side. So grab that wrist, side bend over. Breathe, relax your shoulders. Try to stay centered over your ankles, so don't sway your hips out to the side. Drop your ribs, pull your chin back. Go a little bit further, feel the ribs opening, stretching, expanding out. We rarely get to do this. It's really important. And come on up. Lengthen those fingertips up towards the ceiling. Drop your ribs and release down. Roll those shoulders. Now we're just gonna interlace the fingers behind us. We're gonna press those knuckles down. Pull the chin back. Good, keep pressing those knuckles down. Maybe drop your chin towards your chest. Maybe drop your chin from side to side, just stretching it out. All right, good. So let's do some more standing postures. Let's bring your sensation mat to the front if you're using one of those. And we are going to inhale those arms up. And exhale, we're gonna step our left leg back. Okay? So left leg is stepped back, we're pulling our chin back. And we're going to you can turn your left foot out slightly at a diagonal. And then bend your right knee, keep it right over your ankle, and then square your hips forward as best as you can. Good, and you can keep your hands down or you can inhale and bring them up. And your gaze can look up towards the ceiling or neutral. And you're just grounding your feet into the earth, so really spread the toes. Really think about separating the feet with strong legs. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. You can lean back slightly if you want to. Keep bending that front knee, lifting up and out of the hips so you can feel a stretch in your left hip flexor perhaps. And if the arms are getting tired, you can just bring them behind you and grab the elbows maybe. So from here, we're going to turn the right foot in. You're gonna keep that right foot forward and turn the left foot out to the side and rotate your hips, okay? And we're gonna bring that knee right over the ankle. And then you're gonna bring the arms up. So you're trying to rotate your hips to the long edge of your mat, but you're turning your head and looking over the front fingertips. Watch your front knee and make sure it's not going in. So keep pulling it back. I'm gonna back up a little bit so you can see me better. Good, and think about separating your feet away from each other. So like you could rip your mat apart between your feet. And then you can turn the palms up. Keep rotating the hips forward, so towards the long side of your mat and turning your head. Just holding this powerful pose. And then we're gonna drop the back arm. And if you want to, you can inhale and lift that arm up and come back a little bit. And hold here and breathe. And then we'll exhale, and you can place your hand maybe even on a chair, or if you can get it on your leg, get your forearm on your leg, and then we're gonna bring that left arm up towards the ceiling, or if you want, you can bring it over your ear. You can look beyond your fingertips. This is gonna challenge your balance a lot. So lift up and out of those hips, reach long. You can also circle your arm. Maybe the other direction. Then if you're feeling okay here, you can go ahead and straighten that front leg and just bring your arm to the inside of your standing leg. So you're not resting on it and putting weight on it. You're holding yourself up and you're rotating that left shoulder up towards the ceiling. Breathing deeply, feeling the stretch in your left hip. Go wherever you need to go, use a chair as needed. Really grip down into your feet, but keep your toes relaxed. We'll hold for a few more breaths. One more if you can, and you can look down towards the floor if you need more stability, or up towards the ceiling. And then we're gonna go ahead and bend that front knee. We're gonna rotate our hips to the front, coming up on that back toe. We're gonna inhale the arms up. And you can look back if that's comfortable for you. And breathe and hold. Good, and then we're gonna step together. And I'm gonna have you try triangle pose. So you're going to balance on your right foot. You can hold on to something. You're gonna pull your left knee up, and we're gonna turn it out. And you can place it anywhere on your foot, your leg. So you can put your toes on the ground and your heel on your ankle, or you can bring your whole foot up to your calf, or you can bring it above the knee, and you're gonna bring your palms together. Find something to focus on in front of you that's not moving. And you can keep your hands here in front of your heart center, or you can bring them up, overhead. You can bring them apart like a tree. So squeeze your foot and your thigh together, draw your ribs in, relax your shoulders, pull your head back, pull your ears back, pull your chin back. Take some nice deep breaths, reaching out through the fingertips, but relaxing the shoulders down. And go ahead and release that down. And we're gonna step that left foot down. Go ahead and shake it out. You might need to curl those toes under. Okay, and then we're gonna switch sides. So we'll do everything again. So we're gonna step back with our left foot this time. So square up those hips to the front. We're gonna turn the right foot out just slightly, about 45 degrees. And then bend your left knee, keep those hips forward. Inhale those arms up, relax your shoulders down. Lengthen, press your feet away from each other. So like again, like you're ripping that mat into threads. That's going to strengthen your thighs. Relax your shoulders, pull your chin back. If the arms are tired, you can bring them back behind you. So we're in warrior one here. Hips are forward. Make sure that front left knee doesn't go past the ankle. So keep it right over the ankle. If you want to do a slight bend, you can. Or you can lean forward. Just kind of go where it feels comfortable. You can do some shoulder rolls. Move your body in a way that feels good and kind of shakes everything up. So just a couple more breaths here, strengthening those legs. And then we're gonna turn to your right. So you're gonna keep your front foot forward. You can turn your left foot out a little bit, and you're gonna bend that front knee so it goes right over the ankle. You might need to make your stance wider. And we're going to rotate the hips to the long side of the mat. And bring your arms out to the side. Now watch that knee from coming in like this. You want to press the knee out away from your big toe. Drop your ribs, pull your chin back. You can rotate the palms up for a little external rotation. You can lean forward and back, just kind of feeling your body out. But keep your toes spread nice and wide, rooting down, relax shoulders, pull your rib cage in. Rotate the hips to the long edge of the mat. Taking some nice deep breaths, looking over your fingers, over your shoulder, rotating the hips in the opposite direction, watching that front knee, don't let it cave in, pull it back. Relax shoulders, and then when you're ready, we can go and drop the forearm to the thigh. And you can keep that arm up or you can bring it behind you if it's bothering you. You can bring it up overhead. And you can bring it over that ear if you want to. Pull your ribs in, lengthen, breathing. So try not to put a lot of weight into your arm here. See if you can lift up using your trunk so you wouldn't need to use the arm if you didn't have it available. So again, if you did some circles on the other side, you can do some circles here. You can turn your head up and down. Good. And then we're going to go ahead and straighten that front leg. You're going to come up a little bit and just let your left arm kind of dangle in front of your left foot. Rotate the trunk up towards the ceiling, looking up towards the ceiling if that's comfortable. Otherwise, looking down to the floor for more stability. Nice full deep breaths, feeling a big stretch in your right hip. Holding for a few breaths here in triangle pose. Remember, if this is too deep, you don't need to go very deep into it, and you can use a chair. So you don't need to go too far down if your body's not asking for that today. So one more deep breath in and out, and then we're gonna lower the arms, slowly come back up. We're gonna rotate the hips to the front, lift up on that back heel. Inhale those arms up into crescent pose. Hold. You can lean back if you want to, or you can lean forward, wherever you want to go today. But relax those shoulders away from your ears. Nice and strong in the legs. Good. And then we're going to step that right foot forward. So big step forward. We're going to go into our triangle pose. Tree pose. So spread your toes, each individually, so they really spread out strong on the mat. And we're gonna shift our weight to our left foot this time. So try not to grip with your toes. So shifting over to the left foot, back your hip up so you're not forward. Back your hip up a lot. And then pull that right knee in. Bring it out to the side. And then place it wherever it's comfortable. You can go on the floor, with the toes touching the floor and the rest of the foot on your ankle. You can go the whole foot on the calf, or you can go above the knee. So just try not to go directly on that knee joint. So opening up, squaring the hips forward, pressing the sole of the foot and the thigh together, and then bringing the hands together in prayer position. Or inhaling and bringing the arms up overhead. Relax your shoulders. Keep backing the hips up, relaxing your toes. Try not to grip. Soften your shoulders. Pull your chin back. Grounding through that foot like a tree with its roots into the earth. Breathing. And go ahead and bring the arms arms down and bring the leg down. Nice job. And just kind of curl those toes under and do top of the foot stretch. Just stretch out that foot. You can do some ankle circles with your foot on the floor, other direction. Do the other side. Just circling. Okay, good. For this next one, you're gonna need a chair. So grab a chair. You might not need it, but for balance, you're gonna hold on to this chair, okay? And we're just going to lift up and reach for our ankle if you can. If you can't grab your ankle, then you can use a strap and put it around your ankle and then pull the strap up and over your shoulder and hold on to that. And just let your foot dangle wherever it can. But you're not muscling it, you're using the strap to hold your leg up. Let me show you what that looks like. Hang on one second. Okay, so we have our strap. You're gonna put a little loop in it, or you don't have to have the loop. And you're gonna put your foot through so that your ankle is through the loop or supported by the strap, and then you're gonna pull the leg up. And then just pull it until you feel a stretch in the front of your leg. You're gonna hold for about a minute. If you're able to grab that ankle, do that, and you can try and balance. You can also hip hinge forward, and come forward. Bringing that leg up behind you. Try to keep the hips level. You can bring the other arm out. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do the other side. So if you're using the strap, putting the strap around the foot, around the ankle, and then bringing the strap up and over so that your leg can rest and you're doing the work with your arm. And you're just feeling that stretch in the front of your thigh, and you can make it a balance exercise by just using your fingers as little as possible. Make sure your foot is straight, your hip is back, and you can hip hinge forward if you want to. See how that feels. Try to keep the hips nice and level. If you're able to grab your ankle, then you can do it that way. You can bring your arm out in front of you. You can bring your leg up if you want to. Just going a little bit further if you would like. So go ahead and set that down. And the last thing we're gonna do is just a standing hip stretch. So again, you might need to hold on to the chair. We're gonna bring the knee up and we're gonna cross it over the ankle. You might need to pull it up if you need to. And then we're just gonna sit back, relax your shoulders. So if you can balance here, you can bring your hands to your heart center. So draw your ribs in, lift your tailbone behind you. Don't tuck your tailbone. Lift your tailbone and then go down as low as you wanna go. Right, you're gonna feel more of a stretch on your left hip. Relax your shoulders, keep your chin tucked so your neck is nice and long. See if you can hold for 4 breaths. And again, you're holding on if you need to. You can hold on with both hands. And then straightening that right leg, standing up, shaking it off a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and do the other side. So, pulling the right knee in towards your chest, crossing it over the foot. Try to do as much as you can without holding on, but that chair is there for you if you need it. Flex your foot, and then you're just gonna sit back. And you can bring your hands to prayer position, or you can just keep them down close to the chair if needed. And again, we'll hold for 4 breaths. ahead and stand up. And then before we go down to the floor, I just want to go into a goddess pose. So it's just a wide squat. You're going to turn your toes out, and we're just going to come down as low as you can. Press those knees out. Try not to let your knees go past your ankles. Your arms can be down here, or you can keep them up here. Draw your ribs in, pull your chin back, and you can go from side to side. Kind of stretch it out. If your arms are getting tired or your legs are getting tired, you can put your hands on your thighs. Just opening nice and wide. And then maybe keeping your hips still and just moving your torso. You can rotate the torso and the other direction. Find that balance. Good, and come down nice and deep, get as low as you can, and then push into those legs and come on up. Nice job. We're gonna go down to the floor now for the second part of this yoga practice. Hey everyone, so we are now down on the floor on your mat. If you'd like, you can adapt these to the bed, maybe even the chair, maybe even standing. Just see what you can do. If you're able to get down the floor though, that would be ideal. So we're gonna start in hands and knees. So you're going to go onto your hands and your knees. If this bothers your hands to put a lot of weight through your wrists, then just come off of it every so often, or go up on a chair or the wall that's higher and just gradually work into putting weight through your hands. So you're gonna spread your hands nice and wide, almost like you're making an L shape with your thumb and your middle finger when you put your hands on the mat, okay? And your knees are gonna be right underneath your hips. You can have your toes relaxed or curled under, whatever feels better for you. Draw your rib cage in so you don't sag your rib cage, draw it in. Push into your hands to press your shoulder blades away from each other, and try to keep your neck nice and long. And we're just gonna do a few rounds of cat and cow. So as you exhale, you're gonna round out your spine, dropping your head, chin to chest. And then as you inhale, you're gonna push into your hands and press your shoulder blades away from you, lengthening through your spine. You don't have to make it really dramatic. Exhale, round out your spine. Inhale, let your shoulders release, lengthening through your spine. Exhale, rounding out your spine. So do a few more. I'm just gonna go sideways so you can get a different perspective, but just inhaling and lengthening through the spine. Exhale and rounding out your spine. Really let your head relax. Don't stress or strain the neck. Keep your neck nice and long. Inhaling and exhale. Really nice massage for the spine. Good, then we're just gonna go into some circles. So you're just moving around those hands. So you're coming forward, out to the side, and then back, making a nice big circle. If that feels comfortable for you, you can go the other direction. And then coming back to center, you might need to shake out those wrists a little bit, maybe circle the wrists, stretch the hands a little bit. We're gonna come back and we're gonna let the shoulder blades come together, push in the hands, press the shoulder blades away. So you're keeping your elbows really straight. You're trying to rotate the elbow pits, right here, these creases, forward. And you're just letting your shoulder blades come together and then push them away. I'm not changing the position of my hips and my pelvis. I'm keeping it in a neutral position and back up. Okay, so going sideways, it would look like this. So I'm letting my shoulder blades come together and pushing away. And this really helps to open up that mid part of your back. And again, we're stretching the hands. Anytime we put weight through our hands, trying to get those thumbs to point towards each other, trying to point the middle fingers away, pushing into the whole palm, the fingers, tips, not the wrist. So don't let yourself put weight through your wrist, lift out of the wrist. Good, and then if you want, you can sit back a little bit to child's pose. You can bring those arms forward. You can really spread your legs wide and drop your head down. And just take a few deep breaths here. Feeling your rib cage expand with each inhalation. And then walking the arms over to the left, so you're gonna stretch the left side of the body. You're coming over here and stretching the other side of your body, and then going over to the other side and stretching out that side, dropping your head. Good. And coming back to center. We're gonna come onto our knees now, and I'd like you to see if you might need to bring 2 chairs beside you or a couch or something to hold on to. You're gonna bring 1 foot forward and make sure you have enough cushioning for your knee down here, okay? So we're going to either curl the toes under or keep them flat, and we're just gonna feel this stretch in our hip flexor. Good. Hold that position. Make sure this front knee is over the ankle. Pulling the chin back, you can turn your head all the way to one side, and then turn your head all the way to the other side. Finding your balance here. If you want to try to come up, you can. This is a little bit difficult. You can try working those legs, bring those arms up. And then bring your knee back down, and then we're gonna switch sides. So bringing that other foot forward, curling the toes under, feeling the stretch in the hip flexor. Just breathing, turning your head all the way to the left and to the right. Maybe doing some circles again, or half moons, just working on that balance. Be rolling the shoulders. And if you want to, you can try to lift up. So you're really using a lot of strength in your legs, dropping that back heel towards the floor, drawing the ribs in. Otherwise, just keep that knee on the ground, and we'll exhale and come back down again. And then bring your leg back. Bring that leg forward again. And we're gonna bring our hands either on a couch or a chair, or if you can, down to the floor, or if you have blocks at home, you're just gonna get a nice stretch in the groin, wherever that is for you. So you might be up here, that's fine. So nice and long, just let those hips drop and relax. Feel a big stretch in your groin. Good, and then we're gonna sit back. So we're gonna lift the toes up of the front leg. Try to straighten that leg and feel the stretch in the hamstring. Lengthen through the spine. I'm rounded a lot, but see if you can be a little straighter in your low back. Keep your neck in a neutral position. Breathe. Relax any tension in your shoulders, just let it go. Good, and then we're gonna come out of that, and we're gonna switch sides. So the left foot comes forward. We're gonna go into that deep lunge, so you can hold on to chairs, couch, or blocks, or you can come down to the floor. Really let that hip come forward. The back leg is nice and straight with the toes straight. Relax your shoulders. If you want, you can always come up a little bit if that feels better for you. Really let that hip relax. Keep the hips and knees pulled in, so don't let your knees splay out to the side. Keep the knees in alignment with your ankles and your hips. Good, and then we're gonna sit back. You're gonna lift that front toe. Good, lengthen through your spine. See if you can lengthen your tailbone. Relax your shoulders, feeling a big stretch in the left hamstring, or your right, whichever one you're doing. Keep your neck nice and long. Full deep breaths here. Nice deep ujjayi breathing, if you're choosing to do that breath. Otherwise, just keep your breath going, smooth, deep. And we're gonna come out of that. Okay. So the last thing we're gonna do is standing. We're just going to curl the toes under, put your hands on your low back, bring those elbows in as much as you can. We're just gonna gently push our hips back. or push your hips forward and arch your back slightly wherever's comfortable. So you're gonna feel a lot of engagement in your core, okay? You're not doing this, you're not coming away. So imagine you're pressed up against a wall, keep those hips forward and then going back. And if you're really flexible, you can reach for your heels, but this is a little advanced. So just go where you're comfortable. Good. And then we're gonna come out of that into another child's pose. So you can open the knees really wide for that and sit back, or you can keep the knees close together and sit back. And bring those arms forward and just let your head drop for a few breaths. All right, slowly coming up on your next inhale, pushing yourself up. We're gonna go all the way down onto the floor. You're gonna wanna grab your strap if you have one. So you have your strap, and we're going to lay down. Good, and we're just gonna start with a full body stretch. So we're just gonna stretch from head to toe, lengthening the whole entire spine. Good, and then we're going to interlace the fingers, press the palms up, lower the arms back behind you a few times. So keep pushing through those fingers. You're gonna feel a really nice stretch in your palms. Keep the elbows straight, keep the ribs down. Really good stretch for the shoulder. The legs can be bent or straight. And then you're gonna open up the palms and just do a few floor angels. So palms face the ceiling, and we're just barely touching the floor and sliding our arms up and down along the floor to stretch the chest. Good. Go ahead and bring your arms by your side. We're going to bend the knees, and we're going to tuck and untuck the tailbone. So if I were to go sideways, you would see me tucking and untucking. So I'm just moving my pelvis up and down a few times, massaging out that low back. And then keeping your feet about hip width apart where you could barely graze your heels. We're gonna inhale and lift the hips up and come back down. So inhale and exhale slowly down. Just go at your own pace with this. If you wanna add the arms, you can bring both arms up and down. You can go into a flow where you bring the right arm up and turn your head to the left and down. Head back to center, left arm up, turn your head to the right. And down, and both arms up. And exhale down, right arm up, head to the left. And down. Again, pushing into your feet, left arm up, turn your head to the right. Don't stress or strain the low back, both arms up. Inhale and exhale, we'll do one more round. So inhale, right arm up, turn your head to the left, really stretch out the hips and the spine. Inhale up, head to the right, left arm up and down, and both arms up and down. Nice job. So bring those legs straight again. We're gonna do a crescent moon pose. So you're going to be straight, and we're gonna walk the feet over to the left as far as you can, and walk your trunk over to the left as far as you can. So you're making this crescent moon or a C. Keep your right hip down. So whichever way you're going, keep the opposite hip down. Turn your head the opposite way. So you should feel a stretch on the side that you're moving away from. One side might be tighter than the other, so spend some extra time in that position. You can also cross at the ankle to intensify the stretch a little bit. All right, let's go over to the other side. So coming out of that, we're going to go to the other side. So moving those feet over, moving the trunk over. The thing with this is that you don't want to roll. You want to keep both butt cheeks on the floor, both shoulders on the floor, turning your head in the opposite direction if that feels okay. Just want to be nice and level. Nice full deep breaths, really opening up the sides. Good, and then we're gonna come back to center and we're gonna have our strap nearby. You're going to pull your right knee in towards your chest. You can circle the ankle a little bit. So just go sideways so you can see. Good, and then you're gonna take your strap and you're gonna bring the strap around the ball of the right foot. And you're gonna keep that knee nice and straight. A lot of times people bend it. We wanna stretch the tissues back here. So keep that left knee straight. If you need to lower the leg to keep it straight, do that. Okay, relax your shoulders. Maybe rock your head from side to side. Your left knee is straight. We're just gonna hold this. Relax your shoulders and breathe. If you want to go up higher, but just make sure that you're not flattening out your back, your low back, because then you know you're moving your pelvis and you're not stretching your hamstring. You're just tucking, you're moving your hips, which makes it easier to stretch. So have a little space between the floor and your low back. Have your tailbone on the floor. Good, then we're gonna take that right leg and we're gonna just bring it across the body. It doesn't need to be a lot. You don't need to move the leg a lot. So if I were to go straight, you would see I'm just moving it a little bit over. If you are more flexible and you wanna go further, you can. It's kind of intense in that hip. So just breathing, maybe flexing your foot. Really relax your shoulders. Now, if you want to go all the way over, you can roll all the way to that side. So you would roll your whole body and drop that leg down. You want to do a little twist here and breathe. Good. And then coming back up, we're going to go out to the inner thigh. So you're going to anchor your left hip down. Don't let that left hip roll off the floor. Your right leg is going to come out to the side. This leg is nice and straight. Okay, your leg is not working. Your arm and your strap are doing all of the work. So find that leverage and just hold that stretch for the inner thigh. Maybe continue to rock your head from side to side. Relax your shoulders. Just connecting inward. Feeling a big stretch in that inner thigh perhaps. Keeping that left hip down. Good, and then we're gonna go ahead and switch sides. So switching legs, we're gonna stretch out the right leg. Pull the left knee, or straighten the left knee, and if you need to lower down, make sure that you're laying on your tailbone and there's a curve in your low back. Relax your shoulders, rock your head from side to side. Just go wherever's comfortable. This is a great stretch to do for the low back, to help you with walking, just to prevent getting so stiff in those hamstrings. Bringing blood flow to the area. And then you can bring the leg across the body just a little bit or a lot, wherever you feel the stretch. Keep the legs straight. And if you want to, you can bring that leg all the way across the body. And maybe bring your opposite arm away from you, turn your head in that direction to do a little gentle twist. Nice full deep breaths.
come out of that. You can put your strap. We're just gonna pull both knees in towards our chest. Bring your head out maybe. You can rock from side to side. You can do a circle with your knees and go the other direction. Good. We're gonna keep the right knee in and straighten out the left leg. Just pulling that knee in as close as you can. And then we're gonna bring that knee gently across the body. So wherever it wants to go, it doesn't need to go very far. You can bring your arms out in T position. If you wanna go all the way down, try to keep that right shoulder still on the floor if you can. Relax your shoulders. Breathe into the belly. Allow your low back to release and unwind. Keep holding it. I'm just going to do a different position so you can see what it looks like. So just really allow yourself to release here. Good. And then slowly coming back to center, we're gonna pull both knees back in towards the chest again, rock from side to side. And then you're gonna stretch your right leg out, bring your left knee across your body, arm and head go in the opposite direction. Just go wherever is comfortable for you. Maybe moving your head from side to side. Really breathing, deepening, letting go. Feeling that big stretch in the low back with this twist. Nice, full, deep breaths. And slowly coming back to center. Again, either hug both knees in towards your chest, or you can lift and lower the hips up and down a couple times, just realigning that spine. And then we're just gonna do a full body stretch. So point those toes, flex your feet, stretch from limb to limb. And then you might wanna put on your sweatshirt or a warm up or something that you have, because we're gonna do just a few minutes of Shavasana. So you can lay back down in a comfortable position. Wherever you're comfortable, palms up, shoulders down and back. Relax your head, find that spot in the back of your head that's comfortable to relax in. Just take a powerful deep breath in. Maybe place your hands over your heart, take a couple more breaths. And exhale, release your arms down by your side. And I want you to go ahead and relax every single muscle in your body. Soften your jaw, your eyes, your scalp. Relax your chest and your shoulders, your buttocks, all of your internal organs. Soften your leg muscles, your toes, your hands, your face. Just scan your entire body and let go of any remaining areas of tension. Just let it all go. Inhaling and breathing in pure positive light, love and energy, and exhaling all stress. Letting go of that which does not serve you. So inhale and bring in all the positive life into you, into your heart center. And exhale, let go of anything that's not serving you. Just let it go. And spend a few moments in silence here. Ready, beginning to deepen your breath, moving your fingers and your toes. And go ahead and bend those knees, roll over to your right side. You're going to push yourself up using your hands. Coming to a seated position. Thank you so much for joining me in your yoga practice today. Namaste.